Hi, I'm Ali. Thanks for joining this Moving Mountains yoga class. Today we will be working into a practice that will be ideal for you to start your day to. So when you're ready, just come to a child's pose. And if you have two blocks, then take them towards the top of your mat. Take your big toes to touch and then separate your knees quite wide and then sink your hips back towards your heels and then walk your fingertips out in front of you. Release your forehead down to the mat. If your forehead does not touch the mat, then you can take one of your blocks and place it underneath the forehead. Relax your arms down here and then just sink your hips even heavier into your heels. And just take an easy breath in and then an easy breath out. And then again an easy breath in and then an easy breath out. Take one more cycle like that. Easy breath in. Just pause at the top of the inhale. And then exhale, releasing all the breath out. Find an even rhythm for the breath. Inhale and exhale through the nose or in through the nose and out through the mouth. When you're ready, you'll just start to come onto your fingertips now. You can pop your block to one side if you've been resting your forehead on it. And then walk your right fingertips a bit further out in front of you. And then walk the left fingertips further out in front of you. And then take the right side again and then the left side again. And then just sink your hips again back towards your heels. Find your right seat, so your right sit bone, and then find your left fingertips, the left wrist, and then imagine that you're trying to draw them away from one another. So just cross-referencing here. And then find your left seat and your left sit bone. Find the right fingertips, right wrist, and then draw them on a diagonal away from one another. And then just do the first side again. Right hip, right seat presses back, left fingertips press forward and over to the left on the diagonal. And then find the left seat and then the right fingertips and then draw them away from one another again. And then start to look up and out through the front of your mat. Drag the fingertips back towards you and then walk your fingertips on a diagonal over towards the right-hand side. Release your chest down towards the right thigh. Draw your left hip back as you reach the left fingertips a bit further across on the diagonal. And now just really breathe into the left side. Take one more big breath here. And then walk fingertips through center, take it over to the left-hand side. Chest is now on that left thigh. Reach the right fingertips a bit further across. Keep the right seat pressing back. And then just breathing into that right side. Open up the right rib cage. Take one more breath here. And then take the hands back through center. Plant down through your palms, come forward to your hands and knees into your tabletop position, and then just releasing the feet so that the feet are hip distance apart. Spread your fingers nice and wide, see that your index fingers are pointing forward, and then just starting to move through a couple of cat and cows. So inhale, drop the belly, open the chest, open the throat, and then exhale, belly button to spine as you round, really drop your head. And again, inhale, open the chest, open the throat. And then exhale, round, round, round into your spine. Push the earth away from you. One more like that. Inhale, arch the back, open the chest, open your throat. And then exhale, round. Push the earth away from you and drop your head down. Come back into your neutral spine. Extend your right leg out behind you. Keep the toes tucked under. Keep the chest nice and open. And then just start to pulse forward and back here a few times. So opening up the heel, the calf muscles, hamstring muscles. Good. And then take another breath. And now lift the right foot and place it to the outside of that left shin, left foot. Press the heel back, press the right thigh up, and now look over your left shoulder towards the foot, and then breathe into your right side here. So just breathing deeply into the right side. Take one more breath, and then take the leg back through center. Now have the heel at hip height, so the leg is lifted. The foot is flexed, the toes point down. Take a nice in-breath here, and then on the exhale, start to bend the knee and draw your chin towards the knee and round. On the inhale, lengthen, lift the chin, and then exhale, rounding. Knee is coming towards the nose. And again, inhale, lengthen the leg, and then exhale, you're rounding. Take one more like that. Inhale, And then exhale, round. Release the right shin to join the left. Reorganize yourself, pressing down through the hands, spread the collarbones wide, and then extend the left leg now out behind you. Keep the toes tucked and pulse forward and back here a few times. Keep the head in one position, so try not to move the head too much. Take another cycle of breath here. And then lift that left foot, place it to the outside of the right shin. Look over your right shoulder towards the foot to open up the left side of the neck. And then just press the left thigh up, belly button to spine. Breathe into your left side here. So nice, big, deep cycles of breath into the left rib cage. Take one more cycle here. And then take the leg back through center. Heel is at hip height. Belly button to spine, take an in breath, and then exhale, start to bend the knee, draw the knee towards your nose and round. Inhale, lengthen and extend the leg, and then exhale, you're rounding. And again, inhale, press down through the hands, open the chest, and then exhale, round. Take one more cycle, inhaling, and then exhale as you round. Release the shin down, reorganize yourself so you're back in your tabletop position. And then come onto your fingertips. Start to walk your fingertips out in front of you, coming into puppy pose. So your knees stay underneath your hips, but now you'll drop your forehead down towards the mat. Drop your elbows down to the mat. Make a prayer with your hands, and then draw the prayer behind your head. So your thumbs are at the base of your neck here. Walk your right elbow further out in front of you. Walk the left elbow out in front of you. And now don't move your elbows, but imagine you're trying to drag the elbows back towards you. Opening up the armpits, opening up the rib cage, opening up the sides of the waist. Take 3 conscious breaths here. So the biggest cycles of breath you've taken all day. And then just take one more cycle of breath. And then releasing your hands. Walk your hands in and underneath you. Tuck your toes under now. Draw your seat towards your heels. And then lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Good. Have a look at your hands. See that your wrists are in line with your armpits. And then wrapping the armpits in towards your chin. Have a small bend in your knees. And then drive your hands forward and press your thighs up and back. Spread your toes nice and wide here. Take one more cycle of breath in this position, and then walk your hands back towards your feet. Fold over your legs. Your feet are hip distance apart. That's 2 fists in between the big toe side of the feet. And then bow over your legs. Grab onto opposite elbow here. Have a small bend in the knees, and then just gently sway the torso from side to side. So little rocks from side to side. Good. Coming back through center. Come onto your fingertips now, and then walk the fingertips a couple of inches out in front of you. Bend the knees and really stick your seat out, and now walk the fingertips over towards the right-hand side on the diagonal. Try to straighten into your left leg, and now move your hips over towards the left-hand side. Breathe into your left side. Relax your head down. Relax the back of the neck. Take one more breath here. And then come back through center. Walk the fingertips over towards the left-hand side on the diagonal. Try to straighten into the right leg now. Your left knee will be bent. And then move your hips over towards the right and slightly behind you. So you're still reaching across with the fingertips to the left. Relax the back of the neck. Take one more breath here. And then coming back through center with the hands. Walk your hands forward, come into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, drop your shins down to the mat. Extend your left leg out behind you, grounding into the foot, and then take your right hand underneath the right armpit. Open up with your left arm, coming into a side plank variation. Ground into the outer left foot, and then start to sweep the left arm alongside the left ear, and just take big circles here with this left arm. So working into the left shoulder, getting a bit more space for the upper back, and then you can switch the direction of the arm. Keep pressing down through that right hand, and then reach back up to the sky with the left arm, and then release to your hands and your knees. We'll take a twist here. So the right hand comes underneath the face, open up to the sky again with that left arm, look up at the left wrist, and now thread the left arm behind the right. Coming down onto the left side of your face, come onto the right fingertips here, and then just press down through the right fingertips. Slightly move your hips back into the left, and now just drop into your breath here. So feel on the inhale, you get more space, and then exhale, twist a bit deeper towards the right side. Breathe into that right rib cage. Take one more cycle of breath. And then coming back through center, reach the left arm up, look up at the left wrist again, and then release the left hand to join the right. Reorganize yourself, and then take the right leg out behind you, side plank variation. Ground into that outer right foot. The left knee is in line with the arch of the right foot. And then reach the right arm up to the sky. Let your pelvis come slightly further forward. Reach the right arm alongside the right ear, and then just take big circles here with this right arm. Nice big circles, opening up the upper back. And then switching the direction. Good. And then reach the right arm up to the sky again, look up, and then take the hand and the shin back down, coming into your tabletop. This time, left hand comes underneath the face, reach the right arm up again, look up at the wrist, and then thread the right arm behind the left. Come to the right side of your face, you're in a twist. Come onto the left fingertips here, and then just feel that your hips are moving slightly back and towards the back right corner of your mat. Press through the left fingertips, and maybe press down through that right arm. Take one more big cycle of breath here. And then coming back through center, reach that right arm up to the sky again, look up, and then take the hand back down to join the left. Tuck your toes under, come into downward facing dog. Walk your feet now forward towards your hands. So you're at the top of your mat, you're folding over your legs, your feet are hip distance apart, and then inhale, take your hands to your shins, come up halfway. And then exhale, fold into the legs. And again, inhale, hands to shins, come up halfway. And then exhale, folding into the legs. Inhale, hands to shins. This time, stay here as you exhale. Take the hands to the hips, small bend in the knees. Draw your legs away from one another and then come up to standing. So you're standing on your 2 feet. Coming into a tree pose, so take the weight to your left foot and then just take the sole of the right foot to the inner calf. Hands come to a prayer at the center of your chest. If you're struggling with balance, you just release the right toes down and work from there. Really think about activating this left seat, and then maybe you reach your arms up to the sky, separating your hands shoulder distance apart. Get taller through the tree, press down through that left big toe. Take one more cycle of breath, and then take your arms back down, standing onto both feet. Moving on to second side. So take the weight to the right foot, draw the left foot to the inner right calf, and then activate this right seat. So just notice if you're dipping out through the right side. Really think, hug the right seat into the midline. Hands come to a prayer. Either stay here or reach the arms up and overhead. Separate the hands shoulder distance apart. Press through that right foot, grow through the crown of the head. Take one more cycle of breath, and then take the arms by your side and stand on your 2 feet. Grow through the crown of the head, feel your feet nice and connected into the earth, and then inhale, reach your arms up, look up at your thumbs. Exhale, lengthen and fold over your legs. On the inhale, get long into your spine, and then exhale again, refold into your legs. Inhale, lengthen, reach your arms up, look up at your hands, and then exhale, arms by your side, grow through the crown of the head. And again, inhale, reach, look up, and then exhale, lengthen and fold over your legs. On the inhale, get long into the spine. Bend your knees a lot here, stick your seat out, and then press through your palms, step back into your downward facing dog. From here, drop down onto your knees, sit back onto your heels, bring your seat to one side, extend the legs out in front of you, and then take the soles of the feet towards one another. have the hands behind you. Just lift your seat, draw the seat forward. And then from here, you'll just take your left hand to the inside of the left thigh. Draw the thigh flesh away from you, and then twist your chest towards this right thigh. So opening up the muscles either side of the spine at the lower back. Take another breath in, another breath out, and then come through center, just switching sides. Right hand to the mid-right thigh. Draw the thigh flesh away from you, and then just twist your chest open towards this left thigh. Breathe low into the lower back. Good, another breath in, another breath out. And then coming back through center, gather the knees towards one another, keep the knees nice and bent, and then come down to lie onto your back. Your feet are hip distance apart. You can walk your heels closer in towards your seat so that you can almost touch the heels with your hands. Press through all four corners of your feet here. Spread the toes nice and wide. And then on your next inhale, start to reach your arms up and overhead, and then lift your hips up as well. And then exhale, release your seat, bring your arms back down by your side. And again, inhale, reach the arms, lift your hips up as well. And then exhale, release your seat, bring your arms by your side. Take that once more. Inhale, reach, lift your hips up. And then exhale, release, bring your arms by your side. Take a moment, do nothing. Just notice the breath, notice how the body feels. And then take your arms out into the shape of a T here. Draw your knees towards you, they're stacking on top of your hips. And then drop both knees over towards the right-hand side. Your legs can be stacking directly on top of one another. If it feels okay in the neck, you look towards your left wrist. And then just dropping into the breath here. Inhale deeply into the left rib cage. And then exhale, feel the left shoulder blade get heavier into the earth. And again, big inhale into the left rib cage. And then exhale, left shoulder blade gets heavy. Take another breath in. Take another breath out. And then take the knees back through center. And then drop the knees over towards the left-hand side. Either look up towards the sky or towards your right wrist. Drop into your breath. Inhale deeply into the right rib cage. And then exhale, right shoulder blade gets heavy. Again, inhale, and then exhale. Take that once more, nice big inhale, and then nice easy exhale. Take the knees back through center, and then extend your legs out long onto the mat. Take your arms by your side body, let your palms face up to the sky. Feel that your chest is nice and lifted. Take one last conscious breath, in through the nose, and then out through the mouth. Just let your toes drop out here. Start to let the breath just breathe you. Soften the muscles through your face, tops of your shoulders. And just feel this nice relaxed energy moving through the arms, through the spine, the pelvis, and then moving down through your legs, right through to the soles of your feet. When you're ready, start to notice the different sounds around you, and then begin to wriggle the fingers and the toes. Reach your arms up and overhead, give yourself a nice big stretch, and then hug your knees into your chest, giving yourself a squeeze. Roll to your right-hand side, and then make your way up to a comfortable seated position, sitting up nice and tall. Take your hands to a prayer, the thumbs are at the center of your chest. Easy breath in, and then an easy breath out. Namaste.